I am seeing some challenges with the player. Can someone else check to see if it is loading on, it is running on Twitch?
It is quite running up on Twitch, darling.
All right, thank you.
Indeed.
Hello and welcome to No Pants Improv, where not only do we not wear pants, we are not English in any way. Tonight we are very happy to welcome you to our custom show, Jane Austen Meets Friday the 13th. So with that in mind, let's give a warm welcome to our cast. Please join me, cast. And we shall begin, because actually I'm going to give us a prompt, a suggestion. And if I was very organized, I'd give us a suggestion from Jane Austen, but I'm not. So I will give us a suggestion, and that is this sentence. Now, scarcely a few minutes after the young pianist had begun playing at Madame Verdun's, suddenly, after a high note held for a long time through two measures, he saw it approaching, escaping from under that prolonged sonority, stretched like a curtain of sound hiding. It was really a random sentence. Hiding the mystery of its incubation, he recognized its secret murmuring and divided the airy and redolent phrase that he loved. Got it?
Yep.
I was in the middle of that sentence. I was honestly not sure if it was ever going to end.
Yeah,
I thought it was an experimental work. It was all one sentence.
Someone's English disappointed.
And without further ado, No Pants Improv.
Mother, I don't know why we had to move out from our beautiful home to this remote, isolated little hamlet that we've now occupied. Everything here is so dreary and dusty.
Lavinia, darling, you know precisely why. Your father died leaving us without income and having squandered all of the fortune to which I brought this marriage. And now our fortunes rely on your match, and we've come here to make a match with Jonathan Cantwell for you.
Well, Jonathan Gray, you mean?
Jonathan Gray, I'm so sorry, yes.
Mother, I do feel that travel has addled your brains, and that is to be understood. It was quite some distance. That stagecoach was abominable conditions. We might as well have traveled by post, really. It's awful.
Lord Gray is quite a match, you know, as your father and I have had our eye on him for you for quite some time, and now being without dowry as you are, I don't know quite how we'll pull it off, darling, but
Mother, is it also not scandalous to have me courting while I'm still in formal mourning for father?
Well, my darling, that's why we won't attend any parties or anything like that. We had to move here just simply to possibly run into Lord Gray, or perhaps, you know, receive him should he come to give his condolences. I don't know, darling. It was the best idea I could think of, being without resources and without a man on which to rely.
We are so lucky that our cousin was willing to spare us her cottage, or we'd be, well, who knows where. It would have been very desperate indeed.
Oh, we'd have to visit relatives and such.
Clementine, yes. Lavinia, Clementine. Oh, hello. I'm so happy to see that you settled so nicely into the cottage. I do hope you have everything that you need.
You are so kind to lend us the use of your cottage. It's very wonderful setting.
My dear Marion, we are indebted to you, truly.
And you received the goose. I had Mary bring it down this morning. Oh, excellent. I'm so glad to know. Well, is there
Would you
anything else I can do to help you settle in?
would you dine with us when we stop? We will sup on the goose, and we would love.
No, 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 of course you'll come to the big house. You'll come to the big house every day. Why wouldn't you?
Quite
Every
right,
day,
Marion.
much
To have
love.
a cousin as you, a relation so dear to my own heart. I've never been without a cook, and I'm not quite sure what I would do with such a goose. So I'm so glad that you've invited us over to the big house, as Lavinia has not quite
We will
brushed
not
up on
be
her.
imposing upon your lord husband.
It didn't even occur to me that if you're eating at the big house, you don't need a goose. I wasn't thinking. I'm so sorry. Please, please, no, you must send the goose back and you must come post haste up to the big house. And of course, you are not imposing in any way, not in any way. I am just so glad to be of service and to be of help. And I did mean to ask, did you have plans for changing the wallpaper? The paper.
Oh, my dear Marion, as you know, we are still in mourning here, and we are not turned our minds to such frivolous items as decorating and such. It's just really, we'll be happy to come to the big house as you are a relation of my dear late husband, but quite frankly, any sort of big to-do would be rather inappropriate at this time.
I do understand. You see, the paper was chosen by my dear mother-in-law, my dear late mother-in-law, who, of course, I loved with all of my heart, but she did have the most odious taste. And so I would really encourage you, as soon as you have a moment, to change the paper. And of course, as a matter of fact, I have a lovely little flower print all picked out that you might find completely charming.
Dear
But
cousin,
we can discuss it at dinner, of course.
would it be speaking out of turn to ask you what has happened to your mother-in-law?
Oh, my dear mother-in-law, the late Lady Proust. No, she had gout. She had gout for many, many years. Please don't worry yourself upon it. She was an elderly lady, and of course, things happen. It was most tragic, and yet she's gone now, and so you will come. You will come soon.
Straight away.
And perhaps you
Absolutely.
should come for lunch as well, or perhaps you should come. No, no, no. I get ahead of myself. Right. I will see you tonight at the big.
Might I ask one last question? Is there any possibility of the Lord Grey coming to call on you this evening? I am nervous to make his acquaintance.
Oh, you will love him, darling. Of course the Lord Grey will be coming tonight, and you will make such a lovely match. Just because he is 30 years older than you, you really mustn't worry on that. His estates are something else.
Oh, but my dear, I don't know if it's right for Lavinia and I to attend if Lord Grey will be there for, we are still in mourning, and I would hate to.
Clementine, my husband, Sir Alistair Peterson Cantwell IV, is so interesting that, of course, he is our cousin, and he's always been our cousin. That's why we are all Cantwells. Or he was a cousin of your father. It's very complicated. But he believes that it is entirely appropriate, and hence I'm sure it is entirely appropriate. That's all I have to say.
Okay.
And I do believe Lord Grey is a distant cousin of yours, on your mother's side, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, he is.
That would keep it in the family and make it rather
Absolutely.
appropriate. Okay.
The poor Grey family, so struck by tragedy, seems to follow them everywhere they go.
I don't know what you're talking about, my dear Lavinia.
Oh,
Anywho.
my friend had written me to say that both his mother and father had been killed most grievously.
Oh, that is true. Lord Grey lost both of his parents in a terrible carriage accident when he was still a very young man. And then, of course, his first wife, who died in childbirth, which was terrible, and they lost both the child and the mother. So terrible. And then, of course, his second wife, well, we all know how that went down. And then his third wife, well, that couldn't be helped. So, but in any case, so pleased to have you. Send the goose back unless you want to do something with it, in which case please do keep it, and we will see you tonight.
Perhaps we'll prepare something with the goose and bring it.
No, there will be no need.
Lavinia.
Sorry about that. That was, I get nervous around our elegant cousin. She's so gracious and kind, and I wonder how we must look to her, having little to recommend us by way of substance or
Quite right, especially given that my trunk has not arrived and I've had to borrow such garish clothing from her. But
I know, Mother, you should really be wearing black.
I know, but shall we to the big house?
I shall take my leave for but a moment to look around the home. I have a feeling that there's more to the story about that wallpaper than our cousin.
I remember that woman, Lavinia. She definitely did not die of gout.
I did not think so.
No,
She was also, I heard, quite young.
quite. Yes, far too young for gout. I know.
Far too young for that. Well, I'm just going to take a look around my room and freshen up a bit and pray fervently that the Lord Grey both does and does not dine with us tonight.
Quite right. Yeah, well, we'll set off in about 10 minutes' time then.
Yes, Mother.
Yes, I suppose I'm ready. Harriton, please hand me the begonias.
Yeah, right. No problem, my lord. I've got them right here. There you are. Arrange them for you.
Thank you. Now, please put them on Rebecca's grave.
Yeah, of course. That's this one right here, I think.
I would do it myself, of course, but her dying words to me were, never come near me again, and so I believe even her grave to be off limits to myself.
Yeah, that makes sense, sir. That makes good sense. Well, they do look right there.
They certainly
Quite
do.
right.
Yes, all the flowers in a line, every grave, a person who was once dear to me, now nothing more than a plot of land upon which flowers may grow.
Well, sir, you know, it's the curse of the Greys. We both know how that goes. And, well, I mean, Grey Estates here kind of speaks for itself now, doesn't it? But we've got the carriage waiting to go and meet your cousin. And, you know, hopefully we can turn some of this around. You know, I think that that your cousin Marion, right? Well, she might really be able to set things right for you. So, if I may be so bold.
Elton, your advice is always appreciated. You have looked out for me much more than I've looked out for myself over the years, stricken as I have been by the throes of grief. Not even been able to use my parents' substantial fortune to apply any sort of any sort of architectural improvement to Grey Estate. For I believe if I replace any part of it, it is as if I am replacing the memories which I made in those halls, memories of my parents now long since gone.
Perhaps a change of scenery will help dissolve the curse. Yeah, you know, I mean, I'm no expert in these matters, but you do seem rather down, and I'm hoping that maybe we can move past these graveyards and abandoned castles and, you know, manage to brighten things up a bit. I think a little sunshine and your relatives and perhaps some new faces will help shake off this nasty curse.
That is what you told me after my parents died, and that's how you set me up with Rebecca. And then she died as well. And then you told me that I should move past that tragedy by finding someone new, and that's when I found Lillian. And then, of course, she died as well. And then...
Well, they say third time's a charm, sir. I mean...
Well, I did have 3 wives, and the third one left me for a French army officer.
Right, see, she lived. So, third time's a charm, sir. And
No.
I think maybe if we could just, find the right people and get you away from this gloomy spot, maybe we can sort of turn things around for you a bit. If I may say so, sir.
Harrington, you have always cared for me as I have never cared for myself. I shall follow your advice, and I shall go meet with my cousin, my relatives. Perhaps the Grey family curse has escaped them. I certainly hope so. All around me has been death for so long, I scarcely know that I even know life should it stare me in the face. Yes,
Well,
I shall psych myself up to get in the carriage. After that horrible accident with my parents when I was only 10 years old, carriages have always been a source of great anxiety and terror for me.
well, so that's why I brought the Surrey round. It's a little more open, a little less fearful.
Yes, a great help, and I shall breathe into my burlap sack to ward off the panic attacks.
Indeed, sir. We'll go slow. Make sure that you're nice and safe. I'm just looking forward to a bit of a turn of pace, sir.
That would be very nice,
Up
Harrington.
you go, sir.
Yes.
There we are. Maybe we can leave some of this gloomy curse business behind us.
How beautiful your drawing room is. So elegant.
Yes, Lavinia, of course. Thank you. I'm so glad you could be here. Now, please, do sit.
Shall I play the pianoforte or read aloud from some poetry, or perhaps draw or sketch?
Oh, yes. Poetry would be lovely, Lavinia. Would you please read us a poem, please? You'll find a small book just to your left.
Yes. Support someone else's dreams. Pick a person and support and agree with all her ideas. Find something right about everything he says or does. Look for every opportunity to support. Consider her convenience and time preferences ahead of your own. Give him the spotlight. Notice the results.
That's an intelligent work, Lady Marian.
I do wonder. Of course, it was written by my lovely husband, Sir Reginald Cantwell Proust. That's right. And we do like to keep his work around because it's always inspiring. Reggie, he's
So
around
lyrical.
somewhere.
Yes.
I don't know quite where. However, he is so pleased to have you. He can't stop talking. He just talks and talks and talks. My Reginald. But he does disappear sometimes. I don't know where he could be.
I've heard from my friend who lives in the area that he's well known for his long rangings at night on the moors by himself.
Yes.
Oh, no. I'm certain it's not this. I mean, yes, he is known for that, but I'm certain that my outfit has scared him away. As my trunk has been lost, I cannot continue to appear in public in mourning in such fine, colorful clothing, Marian. Have you not anything black?
Come on, you look lovely. You're fine.
She looks like a traveling circus display, in my opinion.
My darling Reginald, who is always correct in these matters, has said it is completely appropriate for you to wear exactly whatever it is that you are wearing at this particular moment. But I shall just go look for him just one moment. I'll be right back.
Indeed.
Rather,
Marian is
like
always
a common
such a comfort.
Cousin!
Lavinia, go and see what's happened.
I can't believe it. No, tell me it's not so. No.
Marian, what's happened, darling?
Reginald. I just went into the parlour, the second parlour. He's dead.
What?
Dead?
But he was quite a young and vigorous man, I was told.
Whatever for?
He's covered in blood. You can see I have it now on me as well. On myself as well. I don't know. I don't know what has happened. I don't know. I don't understand.
Some of that blood appears to be dry.
I don't understand. You.
There's
What
been...
am I implying?
Well, Marion, please. Has there been an attack? Has he fallen? What?
I don't know. Someone please call the butler.
What are we to do? There's no man present to save us from this.
I'll ring the bell.
Thank you, Clementine.
I shall look for the butler myself.
Lavinia, do be careful, dear.
I shall know.
Marion.
Yes, Clementine. I fear I shall soon understand your state of mourning. When you've lost the most important person in your life. My dear, how do you go on?
Well, Marion, do I just hope for your sake that Reginald has left you something, because to be honest with you, Lavinia and I are left without recourse and without income. And without a husband, one feels entirely unprotected in the world, you know. And I'm a bit in shock, dear. Like, you have this dried blood on your wrists and fresh blood on your hands. And has he fallen? Was he attacked? Was there some sort of, should we be afraid in your home? I don't understand.
My dear Clementine, I also don't understand. I don't know what is happening. I don't know how something so terrible can have befallen my dear Reginald. I do know that I am not in the same... Oh, Pepperton!
Pepperton!
I'm terribly sorry, Nan. The bell woke me from a moment in the kitchen. You rang? Or was something you needed?
Please, calm yourself and then enter into the second parlour. And I believe you will find my dear Sir Reginald.
Ah, back from one of his wanderings about the moors then, ma'am. Of course. No, if you just excuse me.
Something rather strange is happening in this house, Marion.
Mother.
Lavinia, come back in here. Lavinia, what did you see?
I saw scratchings on the walls and the words, "She's keeping me," in blood. And
Dear God!
Pepperton.
Pepperton, come in here at this instance. Ring that bell harder, Lavinia. Pepperton! This is Lady
Pepperton!
Your mistress. Come right this moment, please.
Marion, what is going on here? I can't have Lavinia, my youngest of marriageable age, here in this home amongst such a scandal. What?
I saw that your husband's body. He looked very beautiful in death.
No, Lavinia, you did not. Do not tell anyone we were here. We must leave.
But I liked it. I liked the blood. It's a beautiful color.
Lavinia, darling, you are disturbing me. I think that we all need a brandy. Pepperton, oh, damn!
I'll get you some brandy.
I'm going to go look for Pepperton.
Well, I certainly am not going anywhere. The sight of blood really makes me want to faint, quite indeed.
Mama,
But, yeah. Here we are, Harriton. The cottage is just up on the hill. Perhaps once we get there, we can see your brother, Pepperton. I know that the two of you have been long estranged, even though you live in a neighbouring... You are butlers in neighbouring estates.
Well, sir, I must say I am rather looking forward to seeing Pepperton again. If you give me a moment, I'll just get the horses round to the stables and make sure that you have a proper entrance, sir. If you'll just excuse me for a moment, I'll get that taken care of for you.
I shall venture up to the door. This will be the first time I have had contact with a living soul that was not one of my ill-fated wives in many years. Or yourself, of course, Harriton.
Quite right, sir. Quite right.
Hello? Hello? Place is strange.
Hello?
Oh. Goodness. I am sorry. I apologize.
How did you get in, sir?
As I approached the door, it swung open with a creak like the dying sound of an animal on a hunt. I thought I ordinarily would not commit such a terrible social gaffe as to enter a home without permission, but the storm outside seems to be threatening to rain. I do believe...
Mother, I found another vast pool of blood. Oh!
Oh, hello.
Oh!
Lavinia, you remember Lord Grey?
No.
Lord Grey, my youngest, Lavinia.
A pleasure, I'm sure.
If you don't mind, I've got one of your cards here. Harriton, ma'am, at your service.
Okay, you look just like Pepperton.
We're brothers, ma'am.
Oh, that's too bad. My condolences to you.
Harriton, you may want to sit down.
Condolences? I'm afraid I don't understand.
Oh, there's been quite a bit of murder. Did you not know?
Murder, ma'am?
Just a touch, just a spot. Just a touch of murder.
It's quite invigorating, actually. It's the first time I felt alive in who knows how
Oh,
long.
Lavinia, do shut up about blood.
Harriton, I'm so sorry. This is all my fault. Death follows me everywhere.
No, wait, Mr. Lord Grey. Wait, just a moment. Why don't I go and see what's going on? Why don't you take good care of these fine young ladies here while I figure out what's happening?
Do bring my dear cousin Marion back with you, please.
Yeah, of course, ma'am. Once I just get a handle on the situation, Lord Grey, I will trust these ladies into your esteemed care.
Have you ever seen a vast pool of fresh blood? The color is very similar to rubies. It is quite precious.
Lavinia, please. Lavinia, play the piano or something, darling.
Yes, Mama.
Disturbing subject to speak of.
Johnny, I'm so glad you're here.
Marion.
The terrible things that have been happening. First, my dear Reginald, and then Pepperton, and I don't know what to say.
Lady Marion, it's wonderful to see you again. I have missed you these long years.
Oh, yes, it's been a very long time. You never come when I send invitations, and you really should, because you're very welcome, and we do want to see you, actually. And really, it's quite rude when you have nearby relations to not join at the parties when we send invitations. Plus, there are not very many marriageable men in these parts, and for you not to respond to my invitations or to not attend at my invitations is really quite rude. However, now we really have a problem because both Reginald and Pepperton are dead. They are dead.
Dearest cousin, I also found a third body in the playroom. It appears to be a woman of about 34, if I had to venture. She did not seem gouty, but I do believe she was your mother-in-law.
Shall we not turn the topic to more pleasing matters? Lord Grey, does not my daughter play the pianoforte very fine?
Her playing is impeccable, of course. Her skill is unmatched in these areas. Of course, that's quite a low bar to clear because we are the only two estates in the area.
Well then, I trust you find my society agreeable because I am very skilled in the arts of both sketching and drawing and pianoforte. I'm very good at whist. I love blood, and I can ride a horse, which not every woman can do.
And you must hear her recite poetry.
Oh,
marvelous.
These are all qualities which, in other circumstances, I would find most endearing in a young lady of good breeding and substantial repute. However, I do believe we should surely get to the bottom of all of these murders that appear to be happening in this house, especially given the fact that the storm outside shows no signs of abating, and I suspect we should all be trapped here for quite some time.
It should be very, very sad if we were to get married and then you were to immediately become deceased. So, would you like to get married?
Oh,
Really the time, given all the murders that appear to be happening right now, and not to mention the lack of a suitable vicar who could perform the ceremony.
Well, in times such as these, yes, my honourable cousin is endowed with the power to marry, and might I add that in times of loss, it is our duty as humans, I believe, the highest ideal is to create in the face of destruction. When there is disunity, like the tragic and lamentable death of my uncle, well, then there should be unity in the wonderful and convivial joining of our two houses.
Yeah.
the best idea I've heard in a very long time. Let's have a wedding.
Let's have a wedding.
Now.
I've tried that twice. After my first wife died in a tragic childbirth, I attempted to marry again, and my second wife almost immediately by consumption. And after that, my third wife almost immediately left me. So,
because we're very thirsty and we really need some pepping up. Oh, did you want to say something?
Harrison?
Well, I'm afraid it's already been said, ma'am. Hasn't it, Lord Grey?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear a word anybody else said. I was just thinking about the brandies and the marriage. Johnny, did you say something?
It's Harriton, ma'am, and I can say that I think Lord Grey said it all. Though I do feel as though if a marriage is needed in this difficult time, with so many people having been lost in this house, well, I suppose we might as well be on with it.
Harriton, don't be ridiculous. I cannot postpone my only unmarried daughter's wedding because the help has expired.
Exactly, ma'am. I've nearly got my brother's body cleaned up and all the blood, and I'm taking care of Mr. Reginald as well, ma'am. They're in the kitchen.
Would you like me to show you where
brandy, as my dear cousin has instructed?
Okay.
We have a wedding to celebrate here.
Wait, if it's a wedding, we should have champagne.
Champagne!
Oh, that's so true. And dear future husband, would you like me to show you the body of the recently expired Mrs. Proust?
I find a commendable amount of confidence in your words, referring to me as your future husband, when in fact no such arrangement has been made, no such engagement has in fact been evinced in anyone's actions but your own.
Oh, Lord Grey, you are so funny.
I should die of embarrassment.
I'm so confused though about the Dowager Lady Proust, for we did indeed bury her, but you say you found her in the nursery upstairs.
She looked quite young, might I add, and did not seem to have gout.
This is disturbing. I need to go lie down.
Do you think he shall marry me or else?
Very strange. I don't know why she would be in the nursery. She was very young, and her gout showed no distinguishing features. However, why would she be in the nursery?
Well, she had a note that said, "She's shackled me here. She's keeping me," written in her own blood.
Oh.
About whomever could they be speaking, really? These notes are quite bizarre. Dear cousin, I do remember some story about her, not so much gout, but disappearing of the late Dowager Proust.
Well, I read that wherever she was, that young servant girls would go missing. I don't know if that's related.
Yes, I'm afraid that the Lady Dowager did have a terrible time keeping the help. Oh, always a serving girl, always. And of course, then you have to train them up. And they never do very well for at least 4 or 5 years. But if you only have them for a year, then what are you to do? So always I'm having to say, oh, no, the fork goes on the left with the spoon on the right.
And was it
Dear
not
cousin,
A.
how you do suffer.
Spoon, SPOON, 5 letters.
was it not common knowledge that your dear husband did not have the remainder on this estate, that in fact your mother-in-law was to inherit should your husband expire?
Oh, yes, but luckily for us, she expired first.
Did she?
She did.
Mm.
Yes, she expired, and then oh my God, Reginald! Luckily, I am confident that Reginald has left everything to me.
That
So,
cannot be
God,
so, of
there is-
course, according to English law. It must go to your cousin, Mr. Jonathan Gray.
No, luckily, in this case, there is no entail, and
Mhm.
my husband did write a will specifically for everything to go to me. However, you are correct. Should I die, then my closest relative is my cousin Jonathan Gray. Is that what you just said and I didn't hear it? Okay, that's lovely. Well, brandies, champagne all around. I'm going to go see what's holding it up.
Do I look ready for marriage, Mother?
Quite right, yeah.
Would I look better if I put some fresh blood on my face?
You know, I do think Lord Grey shows rather an aversion to blood and murder. It's quite strange.
I hope not for long.
Not if he's to marry you, darling.
Mm-hmm.
Shall we take a turn?
Mm-hmm. Yes, please, Mother. I would love to see the gardens.
Well, yeah, it does feel a little strange being the only servant in the house. I gotta say, a little awkward being here in the kitchen. Three corpses if you count Madame Proust, though she seems a bit more, I don't know how to say it, fresh than the others. In any event,
Servants.
I'm sorry, ma'am.
You're not the only servant.
Oh, thank goodness. I was worried I'd have to take care of all of them myself. Come right out from the shadows there, ma'am. It'd be grand to meet my company this evening.
I've been here for 500 years. Well, give or take. It feels like 500.
Oh, okay. Sorry, a little jumpy. What with my dear brother passing away like this, and the lord of the house, and the guest, Mrs. Proust, I have to admit I'm a little upset.
Pepperton, he was an all right man.
He wasn't all right, man.
Bessie, are you talking to the ones on the other side again?
That's right. Why not? Oh, that's Jessie. Jessie and I were we had a little thing at one time, but that was a number of years ago now. Perhaps 200, 300.
No,
I do not believe Pepperton. He always said he had a brother, but he did not get along with his brother. So I am very confused.
Well, we did have a little bit of a falling out, but he's a good man, and I was hoping I could see him tonight to make amends. Though I don't remember seeing either of you the last time I was here 3 years ago on I believe it was Christmas.
Oh, we've been here, haven't we, Jessie? We've been here a very long time.
Very long. We've seen generations come and go.
You know, you two are looking a little see through, like I could maybe put my hand through ya. Or
No, don't try that, laddie.
Don't ya? Get a little tingle, and then perhaps we will take your hand and keep it. Give it a try.
I don't. Friends, you were servants once, and you knew my dear departed brother.
Dear departed, never talk to him, never write, do you? Do you ever call? No.
I don't know. I do come to call from time to time. Thank you. But what I'm saying here is that, well, we're all servants. You must hear something about what goes on in this place. What could possibly have gone on to kill 3 people in one night?
Oh, more than 3. There's another body in the bick.
And
What's all the maids? You know where all the maids are buried.
I found these with my brother. These 5 strange black keys.
Oh, those will be them, all right. Oh, that work was not completed. Woe betide anyone in this house when it is. The 5 doors, the 5 keys, the 5 bodies.
You mean there's got to be one more body?
Oh,
At the moment that body is living and breathing and walking around the house, but not for long.
not for long.
Jesse, wait! Don't go! Don't leave me. There's more questions I have. What's going on?
Maybe if we'd been kinder to your brother.
Ah, damn it! I always did try to get along with Pepperton, but he was always so harsh all the time, and he didn't approve of me going off to take care of Lord Grey, what with the curse of the Greys and everything. And sure enough, went through 3 wives in 3 years. Now it's just me and him in this haunted old house, and these scary black keys, and no answers about anything at all. Oh, Pepperton. Just wish you were here. You always seem to know what to do. I'll give these to Lord Grey. Maybe he'll know what to do. Maybe he'll know what to do.
I just want to register that I'm incredibly uncomfortable with this entire affair, Lavinia, but I suppose I am being sort of forced into it, so... Very well, let's go forward with the ceremony right here in the library. Let's get married.
Oh, I'm so glad that you've decided to come around. I was really quite worried you wouldn't.
Yes, well, I do feel as if the presence of many dead bodies around here in the house is sort of an implied threat.
It's quite soothing, isn't it, to be surrounded by so many departed souls? It's like they're watching over us and cheering us on.
My dead wife's last words to me were, "Don't come near me ever again," so the departed souls are not really a sort of soothing thing for me.
My dear Lord Grey, I do quite believe that a celebration of life and a marriage which is to bring further life into this world is really the best way to honor those who have departed us. Yeah.
And I, the most beautiful, elegant, eligible, virtuous girl in the whole area, will make a fine match for you.
A fine match indeed.
I suppose, Lavinia, you should know that I don't have a great history with wives.
Oh, I know.
In harm's way.
I'm looking forward to that challenge. I believe I can alter the chain of events.
What is this? I don't know what this is.
Sad, you have to keep bringing up your dead wives. It's not exactly the sort of thing that leads to romance, if you know what I'm saying.
I find it very romantic.
I'm sorry, sorry, just
and Houghton always always gives me dating advice.
Houghton, I said the same thing to my dear Lavinia about blood, but really I think these two are so well matched. What other people might find inappropriate really brings them together with a sense of fondness.
We are going to be so happy.
Hello? Hello, it's me, the vicar.
Lord Grey, you're Scotch?
I've been told that there's a wedding for me to officiate at, and I'm ready.
Okay.
Hello, I'm the vicar. I'm just a stand-in vicar, but I am entirely able to marry you.
Alive and able to marry us.
Yes, I am indeed alive. The last time I checked. So, Who is it getting married? Is it you with the vesty thing? And
No, Vicar. It's actually my master, Lord Grey, and this lovely woman here. I'm so glad that the estate happened to have a vicar right here on premises like this. It's
yes,
real
well,
nice.
I was told that I needed to come up here and perform marriage
Were you at the parsonage?
at the parsonage. That's right. I live close by, and I was said, you need to go perform a marriage, and so I'm here to do it. So who's Lord Grey? Is that you with the long black hair? You look lovely. Are you Lord Grey?
Oh, no, Vicar. My daughter Lavinia here with the red hair is marrying this lovely gentleman right here with the.
Oh, the scarf man. I understand. All right then. All
Vicar,
right.
we've met before many times.
Yes, because I'm the vicar.
Yes.
I am.
Now, should I be Lady Grey or should you be Lord Cantwell?
That is a revolutionary idea. An idea whose time has not yet come. I'm predicting that time will come in about 175 years.
Quite right. Well, tick-tock, life is short, Vicar, shall we?
Right, all right. So you, Lord Grey, and you, Lavinia Cantwell, do you promise to love and obey each other till death do you part?
Till death do us part.
Oh, sorry, I've got a little additional bit that I sometimes add when people are getting married right here at the big house, because the big house is, a little bit haunted. How about, do you promise to love and obey each other even after death?
No.
Oh dear.
I should never obey anyone, and certainly not after death. But I will love and consider the opinions of Lady Grey. I've already started to refer to you by that title.
You really don't have to consider her opinions. Again, that happens in about 178 years.
Okay, Vicar, just the ceremony, please. The standard. Wait, let's move it along. Thank you.
Well, you're not signing the after death contract. Just Claire. No after death. All right. Now I pronounce you man and wife.
Yay! I mean, hooray.
All right. Very
Yeah.
nice to see you. And I will be somewhere, perhaps in the cemetery. It's a normal place for me to be.
Oh, wonderful.
Certainly.
Harrington, what do you say that we shuffle off and let these newlyweds get acquainted better?
It's just what I was thinking, ma'am. Perhaps I can interest you in some drinks in one of the drawing rooms.
Oh, please.
Mother, do behave yourself.
Well, this has all certainly been an unexpected turn of events.
Oh, is it though? Is it really? I feel like we were destined to be married.
In a strange way, I feel the same. It's a passing strange sensation that all my life has been leading me up to this point, almost as if my wife's deaths and abandonments had been orchestrated to bring me here, orchestrated by someone who wanted this to be the culmination of my entire life.
Yes, someone who wanted you beset by tragedy, confused and confounded by the grey mists of depression and despair that swirled around you endlessly, who wanted you vulnerable, open to marriage with a recently penniless cousin. I don't know who that person might be. I'm just saying, it seems like that.
And now, upon the event of my death, the entire contract, the ownership of my estate shall pass to you.
That's correct. Isn't that wonderful?
I've got to be honest, it's not a great piece of land value. The property value is really, I've let it kind of go to hell, honestly.
Husband, can I ask you, have you seen great pools of fresh blood?
Yes.
Is it not beautiful?
What is that in your hand?
Nothing. Nothing.
I saw a glimmer.
Oh, just a trinket I'm holding. Just, shall we go celebrate?
My lord, I did want to make sure that I brought you in. The rest of the guests had wanted to welcome you as the Lord and Lady Grey and celebrate you. If I'm not intruding at all.
Oh no, I need to see you very shortly.
Well, very good, ma'am. Of course. If I could just have a moment with Lord Grey just to spruce him up a bit for your perusal before I introduce you.
Of course, Harriton, I shall miss you. You've been very helpful.
What's she on about, sir? I shall miss you?
Harriton, I feel as if I understand a great many things that until now had been shrouded by the mists of confusion and despair.
Myself as well, sir. You see, well, when I was down in the kitchen, there's spirits here, sir. And they didn't want to talk. They seemed a little afraid, confused, and playful at the same time. And my brother, he had these with him.
No.
Yeah,
No.
the black keys.
The last thing my parents told me before they died was the legend of the 5 keys.
That's right. Sir, I know the legend too. There's been 4 deaths already, sir. There's only 1 left.
And upon the event of the 5th death, there shall be a great reckoning upon the land, and the souls of those who had previously departed shall be consumed as if in a great feast, and those who hold the deed, the title, to both the estate of Grey and the estate of Cantwell Proust, they shall be immortalized. They shall live forever.
Yeah, they shall live forever in agony and pain, I believe was the rest of the legend, sir, as I learned it as a child. So someone's doing a lot worse than just the curse of the Greys. I mean, that was just an old wives' tale that seemed to be coming true for you. But the keys are real, sir. And there's been 4 deaths. There's only 1 left.
I know, and it shall be mine.
What? So don't be on about that.
No, I know. There's no way for me to escape it. It was all preordained. The storm, the keys, the deaths, the peculiar manner by which the ownership of the Cantwell Proust estate passed from the previous Lady Proust, who would have received it upon the death of Reginald Proust. But
the will that
it passed to him, and then
right.
Just now passing it to Marion, and the ownership of the estate of Grey passing upon the event of my death to Lavinia.
Sir, so I think there's a lot more going on in here than just a simple grab for money. It's about the legend and
the ritual. Yes, the 5 keys, the 5 bodies. If I am killed, the ritual shall be complete.
That's right. You'd be the 5th sacrifice. You'd be the 5th key, sir. Fortunately, I've got the keys, and you're alive.
We must make it out of here, Harriton. We must survive.
That's right, sir. I'll bring the horses round, and we'll take care of you.
And I shall endeavour, as you go, I shall endeavour to survive.
Bad news, I'm afraid. I was just rounding out in the gardens taking a turn, and I noticed that both your horses have been slaughtered.
No.
No, not Flower and Gypsy, ma'am.
I'm afraid so. They died peacefully, though. It looks like they were very happy at that time of death.
Happy being dead, ma'am.
I don't know. I just don't want to torture animals.
Of course,
yes.
ma'am. Well, I should probably attend to matters in the stable. So
could you perhaps?
I'll take care of everything just as you requested.
Harrison, also, we left a goose behind at the cottage. If you could bring it up, we're all famished and we'd like some goose, I think.
A goose, of course, ma'am. I'll make sure
We'd
that
like to see that your goose is cooked.
I'll check and make sure that it's properly cooked, ma'am.
Harrington, that I left a bucket near the horses. It is dark outside and it is difficult to see. Do take care that you do not kick it.
Well, I'll do my best, sir. I'll make sure I have my lantern with me.
Very well. Lavinia, I'm overtaken by the disturbing things which have happened tonight. I do require a moment of solace up in the attic.
Farewell.
Where's my dear Lavinia gone?
Mhm.
Marion!
Mother?
Right here, Clementine. Lavinia, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
I must say, everything is going exactly as planned.
Better than exactly. It's been actually quite enjoyable, which I had worried.
Quite right, ladies.
Soon the fifth key will be activated.
Also, Harrington's making the
Enter an
goose.
eternity of devilish torture.
But also goose.
Did you say goose or Proust?
Goose.
Here we go. I've made it up into the attic, and now I shall bar the door, and I shall be safe from those who want to kill me. Oh.
Hello,
Hello, darling.
sweetheart.
I see.
What was that you were saying?
I suppose this is it then. My fate is sealed.
You see, we don't believe that 178 years is as long as we should wait for women to not have to obey their husbands.
Oh,
And Lavinia, and to keep their own names that they were born with upon marriage.
mm-hmm. I'm a Cantwell. That's the truth. Grey is rather dull.
Getting married was your idea in the first place.
Well, of course it was.
Very
Don't
well.
worry. We're cooking the goose first.
No, it's all right. I suppose I see now. I've been surrounded by death my entire life, and it is only right and proper that eventually it comes for me. I had always thought when my first wife died, why did death take her and not me? Why did I survive? I don't deserve to. I'm not better in any way. Why did the good Lord see fit to take her from me and not take me instead?
Oh, it wasn't the good Lord who decided to take her.
What?
Johnny.
No. Mama did that one, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
What? You punctured her intestines so that the act of childbirth would kill her.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Clementine is so clever. Aren't you, my
That
darling?
was brilliant. Oh, I remember when I was an infant, my mother used to wash me in pools of blood of your dead wives. So.
What? That's where all the blood went. I was very confused by how all my dead wives' bodies just seemed to have no blood in them whatsoever.
We call them desiccated. Yes.
Yes, they had been exsanguinated.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to do it, do it. If I am not meant to survive this, then I am not meant to survive it. I should have my body used in this ritual over having it waste away like the grey estate.
Well, if you don't want any goose, then fine. I mean, I was trying to do something nice and I give up. Cousin, please, you know what to do. I tried to give him some goose.
Just please, one thing that I request. Let Harrington go. He doesn't deserve any of this. He's been a loyal servant and a good friend.
I can't make such promises, but we'll consider it, especially if he's willing to let his future spouse keep her own last name. All right, Johnny, you ready? Here I go.
Oh, so much blood.
I know, so much.
Love it.
You know, you should try a little bit. Just take a little lick.
Oh, I'm going to. Ooh, yes.
Very spicy.
Very much so. Well, congratulations. We are now co-owners of this estate.
Right, and can we get rid of all this curse business? I mean, those keys. It's too much.
Oh, that was never real. That's just a story. Let's go check in on the goose. And Hardy.
And scene?
Oh, well, we got to kill Tim first.
Okay.
How's the goose coming?
All right, ma'am.
I have some bad news.
Of course.
Can you guess what that news is?
I think I have a feeling, ma'am. I think it feels like Lord Grey is no longer with us.
Look at you, so clever.
And I have a feeling that what with it being a dark, stormy night and your now somewhat ruddier complexion, that you're not precisely a person. Not as I know it, anyway, ma'am.
There was a curse. Apparently it's real. We killed that fifth body. Now I drink blood. Are you ready to go?
Not without making some sport of it, ma'am.
Yes, Ron Harrington. I tracked her. Oh, no, there you go. Thought I was going to help, but arrived a little too late.
He's down with the rest of them. Oh, well.
Oh, well, more ghost for the ghost town.
You two crack me up. Thank you so much for your service. Much appreciated.
We were on Harrington's side.
No, I know, but
He's a nice young lad.
he's dead now.
Oh, a little bit. Look, there his ghost comes, rising up out of the body.
Oh, so
Harrington, how are you feeling? It always takes a little bit after you're killed to get a little comfortable with your ghost form.
mhm.
Oh, Harrington, welcome. I'm sorry that it had to be that way, but I guess we don't really have a lot of power around here. We just make commentary.
Well, suppose I'd best be getting used to my new life now.
Not life exactly. But here, I'll show you something. If you sort of astrally float through a goose or a piece of food as it's, being eaten, you can almost sort of taste it.
Oh, that sounds real nice. Scene. Oh, man.
And thank you, if anybody was watching, and for when you're watching, I should say, for watching this particular show was actually billed as being just wild, and I think we satisfied that. That's all I really know. So, thank you all. Watch No Pants Improv, and we will see you on the other side.
Yeah.